my name is Yugesh Narashet. I am from Mannara. So last class we discussed about a topic from 9th standard, that is lines and angles. In lines and angles, that part is already completed. So let us move on to the next topic, that is triangles. Triangles. Yes, so this is also a part of geometry. Here we are keep on taking triangles. So what is meant by triangles here? So triangle is a plane figure having 3 sides, 3 vertices and 3 angles. You already know about that. In common we can say like this. So while we are taking the definition, so the triangle is nothing but a plane figure bound by 3 non-concurrent lines or 3 non-concurrent line segments. Concurrent means all the lines, 2 or more lines passing from a only single point. But here it is non-concurrent means, so here not more than 2 lines pass from only one point. Here, so the only two possibility of line segment which pass through the one single point. So here the triangle is nothing but a plane figure bound by 3 non-concurrent line segments. That is a plane figure bound by 3 non-concurrent line segments. 3 non-concurrent line segments. Yes. So here we have some line segment. That means 3 non-concurrent line segment. We want 3 line segments here. So it must be follow the principle of non-concurrency. That is here. Yes, I will take 3 line segments here. So from 3 line segments we have to construct a triangle. Yes. So here there are 3 sides are there. When I am considering ABC, there are 3 sides are there, 3 angles are there, 3 vertices are there. What are the 3 vertices here? A, B, C are the 3 vertices, and then AB, BC and AC are the 3 sides, and angle BAC, angle ACB, angle ABC are the 3 angles. So already I hope you already know about this one. So I think there is no need of explaining these things. So let us move on to the next part, that is congruency of triangles or congruency of any shapes. So congruency. So it's a very important part of this chapter, congruency. Yes. So that means here we are calling about congruent figures. So when we are taking the congruent figures means, so here I will take another triangle. Yes. So here I am taking another triangle here. Yes. Just observe these 2 triangles. I am taking this P, Q and R. This B here, P, Q, R. So there are 2 triangles are there. So just observe here. So some it is difference is there here. Just observe these 2 triangles. But when these 2 triangle is congruent. So if you want to say these 2 these 2 triangles or these any 2 shapes are congruent, that the shape and size of each terminology should be same. That means the corresponding sides are same and corresponding angles are same, like that. So that means here just observe here, when PQ is equal to AB, then PR is equal to AC and QR is equal to BC and QPR is equal to angle QPR is equal to angle BAC and angle PQR is equal to angle ABC and angle PR PRQ is equal to angle ACB. When this happens, that means what are the terminologies are there? Only sides and angles. So when corresponding angles and corresponding sides are one and the same, equal, then only we are calling it as these two triangles are congruent. So that means if two triangles are congruent or if two shapes are congruent, their shapes and size are equal. So when two lengths and when the measurement of those terminologies are equal, then only we are calling it as those two are congruent triangles or congruent squares, like that. So here we are taking the triangles. In case of triangles, when this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side. That means PQ is equal to AB, PR is equal to AC and QR is equal to BC, and also angles. This angle is equal to this angle and this angle is equal to this angle and this angle is equal to this angle. When it happens, so we are call it as a congruent triangles. So then if two shapes, I am taking it as a common, two shapes are congruent, their corresponding sides and corresponding angles are same, or we can take their shape and size are same, or we can take if two shapes are congruent, their shapes and sizes are equal. So this we can take it as a common definition for congruency, that is two shapes are congruent, their shapes and size are one and the same, it is equal, not similar. That means we can't take it as a similar, that means both looking like same. No, not like that. But here we have to take when two triangles or two shapes are congruent, means their corresponding sides and corresponding angles are same. So here another term came here, corresponding means here just observe the above vertex, here above the vertex, that means this vertex and this vertex, here and this vertex and this vertex, and here we are considering this vertex and this vertex are same, means here PQ is equal to AB, those two are corresponding sides, these two are corresponding sides. So when I am taking this point here also at the middle point, when we are considering the middle point, here the left side of this point, we have one side, here one side is there, here one side is there, these two sides are corresponding sides. Here this part, bottom of the star mark, here also bottom of the star mark, this side and this side both are same, and these two are considered as a corresponding sides, and in the right side of the star, here also right side of the star, that is PR and AC are considered as a corresponding sides. And when we are considering the angle, that is the above the star, here angle P is equal to above the star angle A, and here in this part, so this angle is equal to this angle, that is angle Q is equal to angle B, and like that in this part, so here angle R is equal to angle C. So when it happens, so we are consider it as a corresponding angles. Also that part we are consider it as a corresponding parts of congruent triangles or CPCT, where we have to call that one. So that is here the congruency. So how can we take the congruency? Yes, I will take consider triangle PQR and triangle ABC. Here what is the condition? condition when it is congruent. Consider these two are congruent. So triangle PQR and triangle ABC are congruent. Then what we have to do? So what is the condition? PQ is equal to AB. PQ is equal to AB. Then PR is equal to AC. Then QR is equal to BC. That means here PQ and AB are corresponding sides. Then here PR and AC, because here PR and AC are corresponding sides. Then QR and BC are corresponding sides. Then, so here these two are equal. Here PQ is equal to AB, PR is equal to AC, QR is equal to BC. So here just I wrote that PQ and AB are corresponding sides. Here PR and AC are corresponding sides, and QR and BC are corresponding sides. So also we are call it as it's a congruent part of corresponding sides. So that's why we are call it as a. Therefore, the equality of those two corresponding sides are called corresponding sides of congruent triangles. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles, or commonly we are call it as a CPCT. So you can easily include the word that is CPCT, means it's understood that it's a corresponding parts of congruent triangle. That means it's what is the part of that one? It's a sides. It's a corresponding sides of congruent triangle or corresponding parts of congruent triangle. Both are same. So we can easily insert CPCT when two triangles, that is PQR and ABC, are one and the same. So then we are call it as a CPCT. Then, so here we know about the sides. So then we can take angles also. So let us take about angles. Yes. So here consider triangle PQR and triangle ABC are congruent. So that means here angle QPR is equal to angle BAC. Angle QPR is equal to angle BAC. So another pair is here angle PQR is equal to angle ABC. Angle PQR is equal to angle ABC. Then angle QRP or PRQ is equal to angle ACB. Angle PRQ is equal to angle ACB. So what is the two pair here? It's a CPCT. So also we are call it as a angle QPR and angle BAC are corresponding angles. Then here angle PQ because angle PQR and angle ABC are corresponding angles. Then here angle PRQ is equal to angle ACB. That means here angle PRQ and angle ACB are corresponding angles. So here all the angles of all the corresponding angles of triangle PQR and triangle ABC are one and the same, having equal length, having equal measures. Means so those two are corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are one and the same when we are considering those two triangles are congruent. So those corresponding angles, those pair of corresponding angles, we are call it as the corresponding parts of congruent triangles only. That is, therefore, those pair of corresponding angles of congruent triangles are known as corresponding sides of corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So this is about congruency. That means when two triangles are congruent, then the corresponding sides are equal and corresponding angles are also equal. So here we are using these phenomena. That means when two triangles are congruent, so must be their corresponding sides are equal and must be their corresponding angles are equal. Then only we are consider it as a congruent triangles. So then only we are consider it as these two triangles are congruent itself. That means here all the measurements of angles, all the corresponding angles, measurement of corresponding angles and corresponding sides are equal. There is no need of QR is equal to AC. It can be changed, no problem. So but QR is equal to BC because those two are corresponding sides. There is no need of angle Q is equal to angle A. It can be changed, but corresponding angle, that means Q and B, both are same. So when it happens, so we can take it as a corresponding parts of congruent triangle. That means that we have to consider those two triangles are congruent triangles. Yes. So let us take some of the, here we know about triangles. So we can take squares. When we consider the square as congruent, so there here in each square, so all the sides are equal. So when we consider another square of each side of same measurement of previous square, so then what we have to do, what we have to tell is, so those two squares are one and the same. That means, for example, I will consider those two squares. That is, those two squares are having a length of side is 4 cm. That means in both the squares, the length of each side is 4 cm. Means those two squares are one and the same. But remember, in case of squares, inside all the interior angles are 90 degree only. So all in each interior angles is 90 degree, and inside the another square also all the angles are 90 degree only. That's why, so we have to consider, when we consider those two squares of same sides, same measure of side, then we are considering it as a congruent squares. When we are considering the circle, those two circles are congruent, having an equal radius. both those two circles are congruent because the length of diameter and length of the radius and length of the perimeter are the same, because the radius of both the circles are one and the same here. So that's why all the circles having the equal measurement of radius are congruent. All the squares having the equal measure of sides are congruent, and all the triangles having the corresponding sides are equal and corresponding angles are equal. We will call it as those two triangles are congruent triangles. And also you can take rectangles. So here rectangles means opposite sides are only equal. So inside that all the angles are 90 degree. You can take any rectangle, all the angles are 90 degree only. But here another condition is that the opposite sides are also different. Opposite sides of a rectangle is same. So that's why when we are taking another congruent rectangle, that means the opposite side, that means opposite sides having a length should be equal. So there also corresponding sides are equal only. So this is the concept of congruency. Congruency means you have to select those two triangles or those two shapes. So in that, so it must be the corresponding sides are equal and corresponding angles are equal. So then we are consider it as a congruent shapes and congruent figures. So I hope you understood this one. So for the case of triangles, I think it is enough. So here we are keep on taking like this only. So sometimes we have to take the congruent triangles, that means PQR and ABC are congruent, means we proved that one, means you can take any sides. Here the corresponding those two sides are equal and corresponding those two angles are equal. So the pair of corresponding sides and the pair of corresponding angles are equal, means those two triangles we are consider it as a congruent triangles. So this is about the congruency. So before going to the concept of the triangles in your syllabus, so before you have to know this while you solving the problems based on triangles having some of the criteria of congruency. So you have some of the congruence rules are there, that is SS criterion and ASA criterion, SSS criterion, so many, and AA criterion also there. So in that case you have to aware of these things. So what are the corresponding angles, what are the corresponding sides, how can we take that one corresponding sides, and how can we take the corresponding angles, so like that. So finally I will tell you another one case. Yes. So here I will take a right angle triangle. Yes. So here two right angle triangles are there. I will consider here. Yes. So here so these two are right angle triangles. Here it is, I will take it's a ABC and here it is a PQR. Yes. So these two are the, I will take that these two triangles are congruent. That means triangle ABC and triangle PQR are congruent. Congruent means here we have to consider like this, angle ABC. Yes, this is the symbol of congruency. So you can take like this. So triangle PQR. So this is the triangle ABC, congruent triangle PQR. So triangle ABC exactly similar to the triangle PQR. So then just observe, we have to find out what are the corresponding sides. Firstly, I will take what are the corresponding sides. So just observe here. Here we have a right angle and here we have a right angle. Yes, here we have a right angle and here we have a right angle. But we have to careful about that this one, because so where we have the right angle here we have a right angle and here we have a right angle. So that means AB and BC are attached with the right angle. Here QR and PQ are attached with the right angle. Then what happens? What are the corresponding angles are? So here just observe AB is vertically with the right angle. That's why here PQ are the vertical with the right angle. That's why AB and PQ are the corresponding sides. That's why PQ is equal to AB corresponding sides, because it's a CPCT. You can write. Then here BC is equal to QR. It's the bottom part of that right angle triangle, right angle. So here BC is equal to QR. BC is equal to QR because it's a CPCT. Then here it's a hypotenuse side, that is AC is equal to PR. It is AC is equal to PR because it's a CPCT. Then so you just observe this angle is equal to this angle, that is angle A is equal to angle BAC. Angle BAC is equal to angle QPR because it's a CPCT. Then angle ABC is equal to angle PQR. Angle ABC is equal to angle PQR because is equal to 90 degree. Both are 90 degree. So from that it is equal also. It's a CPCT. Then so finally we have angle ACB is equal to angle PRQ. Angle ACB is equal to angle PRQ here. So because it's a CPCT, that is congruent part of corresponding triangles. Congruent part of corresponding triangles means it's a corresponding sides or it's a corresponding angles. When both are equal, the pair of both are equal, so then we are calling as if both those two triangles or those two figures are congruent. So I hope you know about this. So if you have any doubts, ask me. So those who are watching this video for the first time, please subscribe our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. So thank you one and all. Be safe and stay home. Thank you.